Alright, Aaron with Sig Freeze Motorworks here today, day before Christmas, bringing you another episode of our Ride It With Us series, taking out a 2006 Harley Davidson Softail that we have in stock. This is a super classy, clean bike, really nice silver paint job, nice nostalgia Harley Davidson emblems on it, chrome 21-inch front wheel, set of Freedom Performance pipes on it, Mustang solo seat, aftermarket handlebars. We'll get into a lot of that as we're on the ride, but taking advantage of a snow-free and rain-free December day in Pennsylvania. I've got my Neff snowboarding gloves on to keep my hands warm, and a Highway 21 flannel riding jacket. But either way, let's take this one out and show you guys what it does. That exhaust note is brought to you by Freedom Performance. That is a real popular exhaust that we like to install on bikes here at the shop. Previous to us getting the bike, the previous owner had us put a set of those Freedom pipes on this one before he decided to have us sell it for him. And big fan of the pipes. Previous to that, he had a set of Vance & Hines that were shaped pretty similar to these Freedoms, and I know he was a lot happier with the Freedom pipes. Same deal with us too. It's a good pipe, gives a lot of throat to the bike, especially on these twin cam 88s. It's a good sounding pipe. Just get out the driveway here and then we'll get started. This bike again is powered by a twin cam 88 cubic inch motor. That's the motor that replaced the Evo and Harley Davidson lines. They ran this bike in all of their, they ran this motor in all of their bikes. It's on the touring bikes, it's on the Softail bikes, everything pretty much but the Sportsters got the twin cam 88. Overall, it's a good motor, especially on these stripped down frame bikes. It has a lot of boogie, has a lot of punch. It's definitely not a slouch. The bike that I spent the most time on that had a twin cam 88 in it was the Road King that we did a build on. You can see the ride video for that bike. I'll throw it up here somewhere for you guys if you want to see the difference on the twin cam 88 in a Softail frame versus the Road King frame. A couple of things on this bike. It does have aftermarket handlebars. These are not necessarily the most aesthetically pleasing bars, but as far as a riding position, these are probably one of my most favorite bars on this style frame bike. They give you a nice in-control stance, nice arm position. I haven't spent an extensive amount of time on this bike, but I used to ride behind the guy that previously owned it. And I was always a fan of just how it made him look. Just gave a super tough in-control look to the bike. This Softail does have the fatter rear tire, which again just gives it from behind. Man, this is a super tough bike to follow down the road. It really looks tough. So as far as the controls go, typical Harley Davidson controls. Individual turns. You can activate 4-ways, turn them off. High beam, low beam, horn, start button, kill switch. All the goodies. This bike does have all the chrome on it. Anything that you could get chrome from Harley Davidson, honestly, this one has on it. That turn signal does need to be tightened up. We'll take care of that before anyone would buy it, though. Super awesome exhaust note. I can't get enough of that. I mean, Harley Davidsons in general, they just have an awesome exhaust note to start with, but those Freedom Performance really let this thing sing and let you know what it's all about. Outside of that turn signal falling down here in the test ride, this does have all LED turn signals all around. Helps with that visibility. Make sure people know when you're turning, where you're going, and everything to that extent. We did do a walk around on this bike as well. If you made it this far, I had that walk around up here too. you'll be able to see all the nooks and crannies on this one, and really be able to see how beautiful of a bike this is. But the Softail line, this bike, they started these in the 80s. A guy by the name of Bill Davis had come up with the design, and he actually worked hand in hand with Harley Davidson as far as bringing it to the bikes. What the big difference between a Softail and a conventional suspension motorcycle is, when you look at the bike, you don't see the suspension, you don't see the coil springs, and it gives it a nice clean look, reminiscent of like a hardtail style chopper, because you're not seeing that suspension. Ride wise, they're second to none. I mean, my Road King that I referenced previously, we put that bike on air rod, and I mean, that bike rode awesome, but it's, you know, this isn't far off. I mean, obviously you don't have the adjustability of the suspension like with the air. Nice little 0-60 for you guys. You don't have the adjustability like you do on the air ride, but this thing rides awesome down the road. You can put miles on this thing all day, and with the exception of maybe having some forward controls or something like that for taller riders. I'm 6'2", and you can see my seating position. I'm in a generally comfortable position, but overall, this is the kind of bike you can put a lot of miles on, and it's also a bike that you can hop on and go from here to there. Has a, out of the box, this bike makes 68 horsepower, 78 foot-pound of torque, and has a 5-gallon fuel tank, 25.5-inch seat height. Now that's going to change on this bike with the Mustang seat, but overall, it's a good bike. You can, for pretty much any size rider, tall guys, short people, ladies, it's your call. Get on the Softail. The Softail line has been around since the 80s, going on 40 plus years of being around, and it's one of those bikes that it's one of the most popular bikes. They just keep improving on it, making it better, and nowadays they're basing a lot of their other bikes on the Softail. Either way, this bike is for sale at www.smwx717.com. We have it priced at $6,500 right now, which for a low mile, this one is just over 22,000, but for a low mile, super clean Softail, you're going to be hard pressed to find one in that price range that's as nice as this. Well maintained. This one was just fully serviced. We did a full 3-hole on this, as well as new exhaust pipes, and we did switch the handlebars out for the guy prior to him having us sell it for him. So again, if you are in the market, don't sleep on this one. You see how it rides, come see how it feels, come take a sit on it, see what you're looking at, and that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. If you made it this far, please like the channel, subscribe, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch everybody on the next video. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.